Good morning to Dr. Nazri. I am Adeline Emira and my group member is Chan Yong Sun. So our group project title is Holistic Review of the Natural Gas Industry in Chile, Upstream and Downstream Activities, Industry Challenges and the Future Development. Chile is the world's 42nd largest producer of natural gas in South America. Back in 2004, Chile bought 18.5 MMQ per D of natural gas from Argentina, where most of the natural gas um, bought is used to generate electricity for their industrial purposes. After the failure of the Argentina natural gas industry, Chile decided to explore other options such as liquefied natural gas, which is LNG, for their country's source of fuels. After the year of 2016, Chile has started to export their gas to Argentina, which is supplied from LNG regasification terminals. Natural gas industry encompasses both upstream and downstream activities from the exploration and production of natural gas to its processing, distribution, and marketing. Chile's limited natural gas supplies mean that imports, especially liquefied natural gas (LNG), must be relied upon to supply domestic demand. For the industry, this reliance offers special opportunities as well as problems. While trying to include renewable energy sources and apply encouraging policies for sustainable development, the sector has to negotiate economic pressures, technological developments, and supply chain security concerns. Examining Chile's present situation, issues, and future prospects, this paper will give a complete picture of its natural gas sector. So there are two objectives of this journal, which is to discuss and elaborate both downstream and upstream activities of natural gas industry in Chile, and to identify the challenges and future development taken by Chile for their natural gas industry development. An upstream production facility encompasses many components like wells, platforms, storage facilities, pipes, and separation facilities. These components are utilized for the production, extraction, recovery, lifting, stabilization, separations, or treatment of the hydrocarbon generated. Following the separation process, three primary products are obtained by separating free water and solids, crude oil, wet gas consisting of natural gas and natural gas liquids, and condensates. Chile only gets its natural gas from the Magallanes Basin in the far south. Since 1945, more than 3,000 um, wells has been dug there. In recent years, the state-owned company ENAP has increased its investment in the region in partnership with private corporations. However, the production of natural gas is declining as the consequence of natural decline of major plays and the disappointing results of exploration. In 2020, Chile ranked 10 out of 10 producing South American countries with a modest 25.5 thousand barrels of oil equivalent, decreasing a steep 35.5% to by 2025 to 16.7 MBO. The country's energy business is driven by onshore natural gas production from the Magallanes Basin in the Magallanes regions. Total natural gas output reduces from 140 million cubic feet per day in 2020 to 92 million cubic feet per day in 2025. The largest project in Chile is the dry natural gas Arenal complex, 100% owned and controlled by Empresa Nacional del Petróleo (ENAP), the state-owned integrated oil and gas business. The field generated 81.34 million cubic feet per day In 2020, 53% of Chile's total output and is predicted to fall 31% to 56.15 million cubic feet per day by 2025. Crude oil and condensate are produced in substantially smaller quantities, accounting for around 8.3% of the country's total production in 2020. Liquid production derived from Fell complex, Copolycan complex, and other smaller fields, and together total crude oil and condensate production drops to 1,343 barrels per day in 2025 from 2,127 barrels per day in 2022. In 2020, ENAP, Geopark, and Methanex lead Chile's natural gas output, with output decreased by 7% on 2022. ENAP was the biggest natural gas producer in 2023, and with output increased by 17%, Geopark was the second largest producer, and Methanex became the third with a 31% drop from the year before.
Next is about the downstream activities of the natural gas industry in Chile. So one of the activities involved is natural gas processing and crude oil refining. Natural gas processing helps in delivering pipeline quality dry natural gas, which is used as a fuel or a feedstock. Natural gas processing plant purifies raw natural gas by removing impurities such as carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, nitrogen, water vapor, and heavier hydrocarbons. Given Chile's limited domestic natural gas production, import terminals are vital for receiving and processing imported liquefied natural gas. Chile has several existing liquefied natural gas import terminals, such as the Quintero and Magallanes terminals, which receive liquefied natural gas shipments from international suppliers. These terminals are equipped with regasification facilities to convert liquefied natural gas back into its gaseous form. Oil refinery processes oil and condensates to produce various marketable products and byproducts and distribute these to the end users. Typical oil refinery equipment includes processors and pumps, fire heaters, heat exchangers, pressure vessels, and welded steel tanks for oil storage. These two downstream processes convert crude oil and natural gas into a diverse range of products such as heating oil, gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, asphalt, plastics, and etc. Chile has a total nameplate refining capacity of 238,000 barrels per day, equivalent to 36,000 cubic meters per day, distributed monthly refining complexes along the Chilean territory, which are Aconcagua Refinery, Bio Refinery, and Gregorio Refinery. The small Gregorio Refinery receives virtually the totality of its feedstock from nearby domestic oil and gas production in southern Chile. While other fuels are also produced, most of Gregorio's refinery production is liquefied petroleum gas used for cooking and space heating. On the other hand, the much larger Aconcagua and Bio refineries are responsible for most of the domestic fuels production, particularly gasoline and diesel. Next downstream activity is distribution and marketing. Natural gas distribution networks are operated by the companies to deliver natural gas to end users such as residential, commercial, and industrial consumers. Natural gas distribution is carried out by 8 companies, including Metro Gas, Gas Vapor, Energy, Gasser, Intergas, Gasco, Magallanes, Distrinor, and Lipigas. The largest natural gas supplies industrial and residential customers in Santiago. In Valparaiso City, distribution is by Gas Vapor. In the south, Energy handles industrial distribution, while residential distribution is the responsibility of Gasser and Intergas. In the far south, industrial and residential distribution is by Gasco Magallanes, and in the north, Distrinol supplies Antofagasta City and Libigas distributes within Calama City. The last downstream activity is market dynamics. Prices of natural gas are set based on supply and demand, regulatory frameworks, and market conditions. In the liquefied natural gas market of Chile, there are no specific rules for pricing. Therefore, the pricing for liquefied natural gas sales or purchases and liquefied natural gas regasification and storage services is subject to the negotiation of the parties. However, in the recent months, the government has publicly announced that liquefied natural gas market is under current study, with special consideration being given to facility access and private pricing of services. One of the pricing mechanisms employed in the natural gas market dynamics in Chile is contractual pricing. Chile relies more on the spot market and uses the Henry Hub and Brent crude oil prices as the benchmarks, depending on the contract. Many natural gas imports and sales in Chile are governed by long-term contracts, which typically include price formulas linked to international benchmarks such as Henry Hub or Brent crude oil prices. The price of gas at the Chilean border seems to have been the sum of the price of gas at the wellhead, legal fees, and transport to the border. Next is about the government policies involved in the market dynamics in Chile. So the Ministry of Energy is responsible for creating and coordinating plans, policies, and regulations for the operation and development of the energy sector, including the natural gas activities. It also grants concessions for the distribution and transport of natural gas. National Energy Commission is a technical entity in charge of analyzing prices, tariffs, and technical regulations for the companies that deal with energy production, power generation, transportation, and distribution. Specifically, it checks the annual profitability of each gas distribution concessionaire and is responsible for the pricing process for those gas companies whose prices are set. It also calculates the value of the natural gas facilities and the cost of capital rates applicable to distributors as well as reports the asset valuation for each company that participates in the natural gas market.
So Chile's natural gas production has decreased by 5% annually over the past 5 years and is expected to drop by 21% annually from 2024 to 2028, indicating a declining domestic supply and potential increase in reliance on imports and consumer costs. Chile is striving for carbon neutrality by 2050 and aims to significantly integrate renewable energy sources, which might reduce the role of natural gas in the national energy mix. So, fossil fuel combustion, including natural gas, contributes significantly to greenhouse gas emission, exacerbating global warming and climate change. And long operational lifespans of oil and gas infrastructure lead to prolonged pollutant emissions, underscoring the importance of reducing emissions and transitioning to the renewable energy sources. Thus, natural gas companies face challenges from regulatory changes, compliance, and environmental impacts on ecosystem and biodiversity due to upstream activities.
In order to address the above mentioned challenges, so there are several future developments that can be utilized to improve the development of the natural gas industry. So one of the future developments is the diversification of natural gas supply sources. Chile is searching for strategies to diversify its sources of natural gas supply. This includes increasing imports from other countries and exploring the potential for domestic production in untapped regions. One of the alternatives employed by Chile to replace its natural gas imports from Argentina is to increase liquefied natural gas import capabilities. Liquefied natural gas is considered one of the more viable potentials since liquefied natural gas can use the current natural gas infrastructure built in the late 1990s to transport and generate electricity from the now unavailable Argentinian natural gas. Chile expected the construction of two regasification terminals, Magallanes in the north and Quintero near Santiago. In addition, a few mining companies have expressed interest in increasing port capacity to increase liquefied natural gas imports into the SING. Currently, liquefied natural gas supplies 23% of the demand in the SIC, the central main grid, and 10% in the SING, the northern grid. However, considering the downward trends in the natural gas prices brought about by the development of shale gas, all energy-intensive industries are prepared to switch their suppliers as soon as cheaper gas is made available. Additionally, the construction of liquefied natural gas import terminals may be a significant factor in meeting rising energy demand generally and especially in easing mounting power demands in the crucial mining industry. Another future development is the improvement of natural gas pricing mechanism. Price serves as a crucial factor which constrains the development of natural gas industry. The Chile government should improve natural gas pricing mechanism to foster the development of its natural gas industry. A well-structured pricing mechanism is vital for ensuring the financial viability of the industry, attracting investment and promoting efficient energy use. Chile is moving towards a market-based pricing mechanism for natural gas, which reflects the true cost of supply and demand. This approach helps to create a more competitive market environment, encouraging efficiency and investment. Benchmark pricing involves linking natural gas prices to the international benchmarks such as Henry Hub or Brent crude oil prices used in Chile to reflect global market trends and improve price transparency. Additionally, developing a spot market for natural gas where prices are determined by real-time supply and demand conditions, promoting liquidity and competition. Besides, integration of renewable energy sources is also one of the future developments of the natural gas industry. Chile plans to focus on integrating natural gas with renewable energy sources. Hybrid systems that blend natural gas with renewable energy sources can provide a more stable and sustainable energy supply. Thanks to Chile's abundant renewable energy resources, Chile has taken a globally leading role in clean energy and emerged as a world-class destination for solar and wind energy developers. Thus, these sources should be entirely integrated into liquefied natural gas plants so that the liquefied natural gas production process can be even more environmentally friendly. Additionally, carbon footprint of the process can be further minimized, resulting in an even more sustainable process. Chile's efforts to reduce its reliance on imported fossil fuels are now centered on energy efficiency. Renewable energy has the potential to protect countries against energy market fluctuations and supply disruption, particularly for the Chile country, which heavily rely on fossil fuel imports to satisfy the energy demand. Together with the abundant presence of renewable energy sources such as solar, hydro, wind, biomass, and wave in Chile, the high energy dependence on foreign fuel imports has pushed the country to look at renewable energy options. As a result, Chile has been experiencing a remarkable renewable energy transformation over the past few years. The last future development is the incorporation of technological advancements into the natural gas production. The country is investing in advanced technologies to improve the efficiency and environmental performance of natural gas operations. Recently, Chile has looked for a new technology to bolster natural gas production. Chilean energy company Empresa Nacional del Petróleo or INE has partnered with Wind Energy, a gas tech innovation service company located in California, to install a subsurface compressor system (SCS) to improve recoverability and production of natural gas in the country. It is anticipated that output improvements might exceed 200% with a 70% increase in natural gas reserves. The technology centers around a subsurface compressor that is placed miles beneath the surface within the well. With a SCS, production may occur at a higher flow rate since it forces a far larger drawdown on the gas than topside compressors can, resulting in a lower abandonment pressure, that is, the pressure at which producers determine a well is no longer economically feasible. In conclusion, the natural gas industry in Chile plays a pivotal role in the country's energy matrix, contributing to both economic development and energy security. The comprehensive analysis of both upstream and downstream activities highlights the integral processes and infrastructure required to sustain and grow this sector. Chile's upstream natural gas activities, though relatively limited due to the country's dependency on imports, focus on exploration, production, and initial processing. The primary region for these activities is the Magallanes Basin in the south. Downstream activities in Chile encompass natural gas processing and crude oil refining, distribution and marketing, as well as market dynamics. Key infrastructure elements of the downstream activities incorporates the liquefied natural gas import terminals, crude oil refining complexes, and natural gas distribution networks managed by local distribution companies. These facilities and networks ensure the steady and efficient delivery of natural gas to various sectors, including residential, commercial, industrial, and power generation. While the natural gas industry in Chile faces several significant challenges encompassing domestic supply, energy transition, carbon emission, and government regulations, these challenges can be addressed by undertaking several strategic initiatives to improve the development of the Chile's natural gas industry in future, including diversification of natural gas supply sources, improvement of natural gas pricing mechanism, integration of renewable energy sources, and incorporation of technological advancements into the natural gas production. This allows Chile to build a more resilient, diversified, and sustainable natural gas industry. This will not only improve energy security and economic stability, but also contribute to a cleaner and more efficient energy future. The continued development and modernization of the natural gas infrastructure, coupled with a focus on sustainability and innovation, position Chile to meet its growing energy demands while minimizing environmental impact. So that's all from our presentation. Thank you for listening.